Good morning, boys and girls, and welcome to Tea Time with Mr. T. Now, this is another special one for our ALD ELD time. I'd like to share a really cool story, one of my favorites with you. But before we do that, it's tea time, so we have our teacup, we have our pinkies up, because that's so very fancy, and then we come in for a nice clink, just like that. All right? Today, I'm going to share Click Clack Moo, Cows That Type. This is by Doreen Cronin. That means she is the author. She wrote all the words. Pictures by Betsy Lewin. That means she drew all the pictures. So this is a series of books that's really, really fun. And you'll see. Click Clack Moo, Cows That Type. Farmer Brown has a problem. His cows like to type. All day long he hears click clack moo, click clack moo, click clack moo. At first he couldn't believe his ears. Cows that type? Impossible. Click clack moo, click clack moo, click clack moo. Then he couldn't believe his eyes. Dear Farmer Brown, the barn is very cold. At night, we'd like some electric blankets. Sincerely, the cows. It was bad enough the cows had found the old typewriter in the barn. Now they wanted electric blankets. No way, said Farmer Brown. No electric blankets. So the cows went on strike. They left a note on the barn door. Sorry, we're closed. No milk today. No milk today, cried Farmer Brown. In the background, he heard the cows busy at work. Click clack moo, click clack moo, clickety clack moo. The next day he got another note. Dear Farmer Brown, the hens are cold too. They'd like electric blankets. Sincerely, the cows. The cows were growing impatient with the farmer. They left a new note on the barn door. Closed. No milk, no eggs. No eggs, cried Farmer Brown in the background. He heard them. Click clack moo, click clack moo, click clack moo. Cows that type, hens on strike? Who ever heard of such a thing? How can I run a farm with no milk and no eggs? Farmer Brown was furious. Farmer Brown got out his own typewriter. Dear cows and hens, there will be no electric blankets. You are cows and hens. I demand milk and eggs. Sincerely, Farmer Brown. Duck was a neutral party, so he brought the ultimatum to the cows. The cows held an emergency meeting. All the animals gathered around the barn to snoop, but none of them could understand moo. All night long, Farmer Brown waited for an answer. Duck knocked on the door early the next morning. He handed Farmer Brown a note. Dear Farmer Brown, we will exchange our typewriter for electric blankets. Leave them outside the barn door and we will send Duck over with the typewriter. Sincerely, the cows. Farmer Brown decided this was a good deal. He left the blankets next to the barn door and waited for Duck to come with the typewriter. The next morning he got a note. Dear Farmer Brown, the pond is quite boring. We'd like a diving board. Sincerely, the ducks. Click, clack, quack. Click, clack, whack. Clickety, clack, quack. All right, so did the ducks get their diving board? Did the cows get their electric blankets? Did the hens? What'd you think about that story? You like that? It's one of my favorites. There's a lot of them, so we'll be reading a lot about that particular farm and those characters. Now, question about it, about the characters. Who were they? Who were the characters? There was cows. Who else? Hens. There was Farmer Brown. And Duck, right? Duck, yeah. So there was a number of characters. And if I said, what was the setting? What would you say? Remember, a setting is where the story takes place. So setting can be many different spots. Now, what was the setting of this story? Where did it happen? That's right. It was at the farm. It was at the farm. Very nice. Well, boys and girls, I am going to say goodbye for this tea time with Mr. T. Hope you will join me next time. Make sure you get your teacup up and your pinky up because we are so very fancy. And we're going to end it with a clink. All right, boys and girls, we'll see you next time.